and welcome back to Dirty Burns Garage. So today we got a real nice rainy day here in Kentucky. So we're going to play around with this old pressure washer today. Give you a quick walk around before we get started on it so you can hear me better and everything. We have a 2014. That's what the build date's telling me. I cannot find a model number on this unit, but we got the 8 3/4 horse, 8 3/4 pounds of torque, 190 cc, the E-Series engine, everything. Things are in pretty good shape for the year, I would say, but you know, most homeowner units are because they get so little use. But this one, we have a carb issue going on. The people had it. They said it won't start. They sprayed the carburetor, it started right up and died. So that tells me it's a carb issue. So what we're gonna do on this one, we're gonna head and pull this carburetor, clean it out and flush it and everything, and hopefully have a running unit by the end of the video. So just give me a minute here. I'm gonna get that table set up, get this thing up in the air, and we'll get started on it. All right, so we're up on a stand with this one. I already noticed a couple things that are a little bit odd, but anyway, we gotta take it apart anyway. Well, for one, you can see our plate here is loose. Carburetor itself is tight, but where this goes onto the carb is loose. Missing an air filter. That I'm not overly concerned with because the gentleman did say he sprayed it to start it. So he might just have the air filter at his house. If not, later in a video, I will provide a Briggs & Stratton part number for that filter and everything. But so for starters, what we're gonna go ahead and this top bolt here, we got a bolt here. We gotta get this inspection cover off. That way it's gonna give us access to our auto choke linkage. And then we're gonna go ahead and pull this piece off here. So let me set you on a bench here. And hopefully it'll come up decent. So you can see what we're doing here. Pop these 2 screws out. Should pop right out of here. Yeah, alright, so that's going to give us access to the auto choke linkage, which you need in order to pull this carburetor. This kill switch should, yeah, it's not going to do that. We'll just go ahead and pop the things off of there after. What I'm worried about is this thing here being loose. Yeah, we'll go ahead and, that's what I thought. Alright, so these this one screw is stripped in the carb, which isn't a big deal. I mean, we can find something else to fit it better. I think somebody's been here before, and that normally, you know, would scare me, but I've been working on equipment for these people for approximately 3 years now, and they're excellent. So I have, you know, that may be the reason why I'm working on stuff for them now. Maybe whoever else was doing things for them, maybe they were having an issue with them or something. I don't know. But I'll tell you right now, they've been excellent to me. Never an issue with any of them. So, yeah. One thread left on it. It's gonna give us a hard time. Alright. Get a little breather. Goes on the back of that like so. You could actually just technically leave that up like that. You can, I will disconnect that switch after, but here you go. Alright, so here we are. as I said, we have something going on here. You notice your throttle spring, get a bunch of it sticking out. This thing's about as tight as can be. I think what went on with this one, we had a surge in this carburetor, and somebody decided to, instead of fixing the carburetor right, we were just going to tension the spring, so hopefully the throttle wouldn't surge as much. That's just my best guess on there, but we're gonna solve all the issues. But anyway, so I got the gas drained out of there. You got your, kind of hard to say, you got your bolt for your one carburetor. This is your ground wire for your coil. This is a fuel that come out of this thing. Pretty nasty. I mean, you can't, it smells good and everything, but the problem is a lot of times people put fresh fuel in, but they don't think about the fuel that come out of it to begin with. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get this carburetor off of here, and we're gonna tear into it a little bit, and we'll be right back. All right, so we got this carb out of here. Here's a little carnage for you. Here's a spring that was meant to be a throttle spring. They had that thing wrapped all around and everything. This piece here, you're basically, the spring's gonna wrap around it, and you can actually move this tab back and forth in order to do your throttle settings. So I believe I got enough left of the spring. I can actually fix this. You know, with the carburetor not surging anymore, I think we could fix that one. So we'll work on that after, but here's your carburetor. You want to notice when you hit your throttle, your throttle's opening the choke a little bit, and then you have your, where your the thermostat would hit, it would be right here, which is going to open it up even more. So we're good there. So let's go ahead and take this thing apart and see what's up with it. Yeah, hopefully that should be enough. We'll get this float bowl apart and see what's up. I'm sure she's gummed right up. Gotta be. Yep. Yeah. All right. Hopefully this will show some of it. Yeah, look at all the tar in that thing. And then you got your jet over here. Probably ain't gonna focus, of course, but yeah, everything's gummed right up in here. This is our problem. This is why, well, it's actually why it won't run in the first place, but also why it was surging to begin with. Like I said, this is just a guess on my part, but I think that one spring was where it was, just because of the fact that this thing was surging so bad. And so, all right, here's that. We're gonna take this jet over here, the wire wheel, put on some vice grips. It's actually easier to do it like this. We gotta get all this junk cleaned out of here. There we go. It's obviously going to take some more work with the Dremel, but I mean, that shows that just a couple seconds of it going with the thing. But we have to, if you see down on the bottom, it's got all got it cleaned up. We got to clean it up with carburetor cleaner, compressed air, and all that. So give me a second. I'll be right back with it. All right, so now it's time for the setback part of the video. You know, with all of these little setbacks, imagine one of these videos just actually going normal and, you know, it wouldn't happen. You want to notice right here? See that little black line in that thing? That's corroded. It's not going through, but it's eating through it. I'm not going to trust something like this on a customer unit. You know, that thing, especially on a pressure washer, you could turn around and, you know, the pressure washing something and not paying attention, the thing starts leaking, catching on fire, and that's the end of it. So we're gonna, that's off to the thing. Here's your needle valve. You want to notice all the corrosion all over that thing. It took me about 15 minutes to get that thing out of the carburetor. It's frozen there pretty good. So we got rid of that. So, luckily for me, we got a, it's just an old freezer bag and everything. This is actually off another engine very similar to this that I stripped earlier. And luckily, yeah, we got a float bowl. She's looking beautiful. No corrosion whatsoever in it. I got a needle valve that's looking good. Looking very good. So I think we're good to go there. So, there's some of our setbacks confirmed. And the biggest setback of the whole thing is, look right out here. The other day, it was pouring out and everything. It was just, we had flash floods. We actually had some people die in Kentucky, believe it or not, over these flash floods and everything. But then all of a sudden, the temperature took a nosedive. And next thing you know, it's freezing, and so right now my garden hose is frozen and everything, and I couldn't even pump water to this thing if I wanted to, but we still got a plan. So, but give me a few minutes and we'll be back. We're gonna start cleaning this carburetor up the right way and get it back together, and we'll go from there with it. All right, so let's get going on cleaning this carburetor up. So we have, very hard to see, over here is for your emulsion tube. Up here, this is your vent for the carburetor. We gotta clean both of them out real quick. So we're gonna go ahead and take my paper clip special. We'll go ahead and clean up this emulsion tube fitting real quick. We're just gonna go ahead and clean her up like so. That should be good for that one. We're gonna go ahead and blast her with some carburetor cleaner. I do have my safety glasses on, so that way I don't get poked in the eye with carburetor cleaner. Just like that would happen. And we'll go ahead and give it a, give the vent spray. Then we'll go ahead and we're gonna blast her with air. That should be good for both of these items. Look at that. Look at all that junk coming out of there. I'd say we're good to go in that area. Then we're gonna go ahead. I doubt this will pick this up. The inlet for your needle valve, that thing's all corroded up and everything. I've sprayed it down already. I went ahead and ran my little brush through it and everything, but that's not enough. So we're gonna go ahead and take our, if that'll show it, we're gonna chuck a Q-tip in the drill, like so. All right, we're gonna dump her in a little paint thinner, like that. And then we're gonna go ahead and look at all that junk coming out of there. Of course, the stupid thing ain't gonna show it, but yeah, we got that. We got that one looking all right. One of the worst. So I don't think, I know this thing isn't gonna show it, but this deal here is brass. All right, we want it as clean as we can get it, and that does not look all that bad. The rest of the cleaning, the gas coming through it is going to clear that out. So now we're gonna go ahead and get our jet. I'm gonna show you a little, is that one? There we go. Here's your jet for your carburetor. You're gonna have a small hole in the bottom, on the top of it rather. This is just a normal paper clip. It's not been touched yet. You're gonna see it. This thing, this does not fit into the jet itself. Okay, this is just a standard size paper clip. This is a Dirty Burn exclusive. This right here, what we have is a paper clip that has been altered a little bit. There we go. I actually took this thing on the grinding wheel, on the bench grinder, ground it down a little bit. What we got here, we got a nice rough surface. And what that's gonna do, that's gonna go into this jet. It's gonna actually, here we go. It's gonna actually stick into the jet. If I can get it like that. And it's gonna fit in there nice and tight, and we're just gonna twist it around a little bit. We're gonna clear all the debris out of that inside of this jet. That's where you really wanna focus on this thing. All right, because you could stick a regular piece of wire through there, that's all well and good. But when you do it that way, it's not going to actually, there we go. You need to clear the carbon and the dirt and all that nonsense out of that jet in order for it to actually clean it. So I sprayed some in there. We're gonna run that through again. We're gonna break up a lot of what's in there, and now we're gonna hit it with some compressed air. And that's the end of it. What little is left in that jet, in order to, as far as, dirt and whatnot, it's fine. The gas will actually finish clearing that out. So now, this carburetor is ready to go back together. So, let's go ahead and we're going to take our float, throw the needle valve in there. Just a second here, like so. Yeah, of course I knew this wasn't it. You know, now it's on camera that we won't be able to get this shot perfect because we'll try it again. One more try. Alright, so we'll go like so. And give me a second here. All right, so we're gonna try take 2 on this one. This weather out here is crazy. I am about frozen to the bone. My hands are not working right and everything. So let's see if we can't. All right, so we'll try it like this time. With the thing going that way. Maybe that'll work. Come on, just get in there for a change. If my hands would work right, it would actually be a miracle. There we go. All right. So, we got... There we go. All right, so we have a functioning needle valve now. That would work. About time. This thing is ridiculous. So we're gonna take our jet. We'll take our jet over here. I'm gonna throw the gasket on top of it. Go. All right, is that. Now we'll go ahead. And, all right, so everything is. Yeah, I think we're good to go there. We'll go ahead and take our float bowl, throw that on there. All right, there's that. Come on. There we go. All right. There we go. We have a complete carburetor. And I'm sorry, guys. We're going to call it for tonight. This is ridiculous. I got the heater over here running. The temperatures are in the teens outside. And right here, it may be in the 20s. I don't know. Get over here by the heater, obviously. It's warmer. But you don't want to put flammables over there by that. So, we're going to go ahead and call it. This coming weekend, it's going to be warming up a little bit. Hopefully the water will unfreeze and everything. And we'll get going from there with it. But for right now, nah, too much. But anyway, here's our little pressure washer and everything. So just hang tight, please, and we will be back, and we'll go from there with it.